All right, everybody. Welcome to another Thursday night of Synergy with your host, Zebulon Thomas. You know, I've had an incredible couple weeks here since my last show that I had on, because I know that last week I did a rebroadcast, but for those of you guys who missed maybe one of the shows. But I had the opportunity to travel from Ohio all the way down to Florida and then over to Naples, South Florida area. And in that time, I was teaching some Zendo workshops, meeting some incredible people through my Facebook connections, and really doing some enlightenment, looking for enlightenment, I should say, trying to get rid of some of this energy that I had that was kind of building up, got me frustrated. And I was doing that, and along the way, I was also filming a documentary, which I'm working on, so a lot of fun, and that'll be out hopefully soon. I work pretty quick, but these days I'm trying to make things a little more slow pace because I want to take my time. It's not so much about perfection, it's just about not overwhelming myself. And it seems to be that this time of year, as we get more into the summer months, I get really busy with workshops, and I'm doing things differently this year. So I'm having a lot of fun with that, and I'm preparing for some good energy. And since we're talking about energy, my guest tonight is an incredible mentor to me, has been for years. I met him back in 2004, and in fact, on my recent journey a couple weeks back when I went to South Florida, I had the opportunity one afternoon to really meet up with him, and it was so incredible to meet him again and talk to him in person, face-to-face, because his energy is always great. He's got a lot of great things to say, and do for that matter. And so I want to bring on a very special guest to me tonight, which is, by far, I follow him for many years, and he just kind of blew me away the first time I met him. And tonight I have on Dr. Wu. I know him as Woody Swartz. He has been a pioneer in alternative healthcare for over 30 years and a master of medical Qigong. So let me bring him in right now on the board here. Woody, are you there?
I am. B. How are you doing?
I'm great. It's so good to have you on tonight, and I want to jump right in because, I want to fill this whole hour show with great energy, and you have it.
Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure to spend some time with you, no matter if it's over the airwaves or in person or anytime we get to talk on the Internet. So
yes,
thank
definitely.
you for inviting me on your show tonight. It's a pleasure.
Oh, it's a privilege, my friend, and to have you on and have this time to do this. I wanted to, just for all the listeners right now, let's start off by just, let me ask you, how did you get started, and could you tell us a little bit about medical Qigong? And I'm saying it right, Qigong, or is it Qigong?
No, it's Qi. Sometimes it's spelled C-H-I. Other times it's spelled Qi, Q-I. So if you see Q-I, that's also Qi, used by for the Chinese, but now it's becoming pretty popular in the United States. Energy medicine is really finally come to light. And I'll tell you a little bit of how I got into it and what it is exactly. I'm an acupuncturist. I studied Chinese medicine. And some years ago, somebody said, how did you get into acupuncture? When I was a kid, I was hyperactive. I couldn't sit still, just buzzing around the house, search and destroy, one of those things.
Right.
Yeah, at that time, there was no Ritalin, the medicine that they give a lot of kids right now.
Oh, yeah, like to kind of calm them down, right?
To calm them down, they try to give them Ritalin, and it works to calm them down, but it's also a drug, and it affects the liver and affects the kidneys. And in the long run, it's not such a great idea. But that's what they do. So my dad, being a pretty wise guy, smart fellow, he said, I'll take care of them, to my mother. And what my dad did is put me in martial art classes.
Oh, nice.
So I started out with jiu-jitsu, rolling around on the ground. And,
oh, yes.
Yeah, I never fought in the street. I always fought in the club. I'd bow to you, you'd bow to me, and then we'd wipe the mat with each other for a couple hours, and then I'd go home and go to sleep because it was like after that, you certainly didn't want to break anything. You wanted to eat, and that was it for the night. It was over. So many, many years of that. Well, let's say we're doing martial arts, the two of us. And we're having a great time, and we're throwing each other down, and we're doing this, and somebody's going to get hurt. Your shoulder hurts, your wrists hurt, your arms hurt. So, you learn different ways to put the shoulder back in because it's your buddy, and you want to do it again tomorrow. So we're always learning how to put each other back together. And then as things evolved through the years, it developed my healing practice, and I studied, like I said, after the martial arts, I started to study polarity therapy, which is a form of Ayurvedic energy medicine. Then I got into postural integration, which is, at the time I was doing this real fluffy medicine, energy medicine. I said, boy, I better do something a little more macho. I've been brought up in Detroit. So I started doing postural integration, deep tissue work, really plowing through the muscles. And after doing that for a while, I started to learn applied kinesiology and neurolinguistic programming and acupuncture. And then after I did all these things for years, I went back to energy medicine, medical Qigong. Qigong is energy work, basically. And there's more than one body. When we think of ourself, we think of our physical body, and that's it. Somebody touches us, it's our physical body. We do everything with our physical body, but there's more to it. You know how you're walking down the street and somebody walks up behind you and you feel them before they touch you? You go, whoa, strange vibe. Yeah. Well, that is more affected by your energetic body. Your meridians. Meridians are like rivers of energy running through the body. It's one for the lungs, one for the large intestines, one for the stomach, the spleen, the heart, the small intestines, the bladder, the kidneys, pericardium. I mean, it just keeps going on. There's many, many different flows of energy, like rivers. If there's a blockage in one of the rivers, then what happens, the water doesn't go through. Or if it's an energetic river, like a meridian, then the chi doesn't go through, and you have some form of dis-ease. Not a disease, but a dis-ease. Body, mind, spirit. It can be mental, physical, emotional, psychological, but something doesn't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we start to work with the meridians. Like in acupuncture, you put in a needle to open up that flow of energy, to relieve or to open up that river flow so everything becomes easy again.
So it all flows naturally again, right?
Exactly. We want it to flow. You want to be in the flow, right?
Yes, definitely. Now, I saw on your website a video that you did with your client Anastasia. I was just blown away by it because I haven't been with you in a while, and since we just talked recently. But watching you work was amazing. I know it's just a little bit of it, but it's a really amazing, this energy medicine that you're doing, and how important it is that I see that we need to do this more often. How often does someone need to do a treatment? Well,
it depends. Usually we say, well, why should I see a doctor? I feel good. Nothing wrong with me. Well, it's almost like we want to change something around. Your longevity starts right now, right today. If you want anti-aging and longevity, you don't wait till you get old. You want to start doing it now, right?
Yes.
You want to start the process. I remember when I was, 15 or 16, I was so skinny. I was so little. I remember I weighed 132 pounds, and I can remember weighing that from high school all the way through college. I couldn't get muscle for anything.
Sound like me.
I lifted weights. I did aerobics. I would swim. I remember Hershey bars used to be a nickel. I used to eat, I used to buy, give me $1 worth of Hershey bars. You'd get like a handful. They didn't do a thing. And I learned to eat a little better. But I was doing Vern Gagne. Vern Gagne is an old wrestling guy from Michigan years ago. I was doing his protein powder. Nothing worked. I just couldn't put on weight. I couldn't get that together. But my body just burnt everything up. So eventually, I started to settle down, relax, and get a little more in touch and taking more responsibility for my own health. Energies are funny. I'll tell you a little story what happened today.
Mm-hmm.
I got up this morning and I went to the park with a friend and we did some videos. I have a group called the Qigong Inner Circle. And I teach these Qigong things to people. Every month they get a DVD. So every month we got to get my act together and do a DVD. So this morning was the morning. We did the DVD. And I'm really charged up because we did it on the bay right in front of the ocean at about 73 degrees. And it was just, energetically, it was just like, whoa, this is so exciting. Yeah, right. It was like, wow. So I'm buzzing from the energy. I'm doing the Qigong. Then we went to breakfast. We went to this little organic place, and we're having breakfast. And when we left, and we were driving to Key Biscayne, someone left me some sacred arts. So I went to get that sacred art. So I was driving downtown, and on my way downtown, my buddy who was with me said, "Hey, I lost my wallet." He went, "Oh, no, I'm supposed to fly out of here tomorrow. I don't have my wallet. I don't have my money. I don't have my credit cards." He was going like bananas. You can imagine if you ever lost, it's like, "Oh, no, my identity." The frequency was so high, and I'm already buzzed from, doing the energetic work, and my car was like this crazy boat. It felt like lightning. And, lightning can light up a city or it can fry you.
Oh, right.
And when that energy comes in, if you can channel it, you can really be powerful. So I drove downtown with them to Key Biscayne, and I picked up this sacred art. They're Garuda birds. They're from Asia, different wood carvings. They're colossal. I'm looking at them right now. I just put them in my house. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I got 12 of them.
Nice.
Usually when you buy things like that, you buy one in your lifetime. I got my house filled with them. I've got dragons and Garudas, and it's just an incredible amount of energy. So anyway, I went into their house and I sat down and I just started looking at the art and opening up energetically. Mm-hmm. And a wave of energy came in so strong, it was like an emotional wave of energy. I got the energy from doing the Qigong in the morning. Then I got the energy from him going, "Freak out, no wallet." Then I got the energy from so it was almost like too much energy. And then I just sat down and I started to work with it. And if you can work with energy, energy, if I give you good energy, if I say, "Boy, I really love you," take that in as good energy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If I give you bad energy, you say, "Go away, man, I don't want to have anything to do with it."
And you walk around
what happened.
Affected, right.
But energy is energy. It doesn't have a good or bad. Energy is energy. You have to know how to use it. If there's a little sapling tree and the dog pees in it, the tree dies, right?
Mm.
But if it's a big oak tree, the dog pees in it, and the oak tree goes, delicious, little moisture, has the minerals. So it's just building your spiritual digestive system that you can ingest different forms of energy and use it. So today was all about energy, and that's affecting all of us. It affects your meridians, and then it also affects your chakras. The chakras are, I guess in Hindu they say chakra means spinning circle of light, or spinning circle.
Mm-hmm.
It's one at the top of the head. It's one at the third eye, right between the eyebrows. It's one at your throat, one at the heart, one at the solar plexus, one at your navel, and one at your pubic bone, one right at the how do you say that nicely? Right at the very bottom, the perineum it's called. So you have these energy fields, like these spinning lights going around your body, and you got all those meridians. So basically, you're an energetic being, a being. So physically, you don't feel that all the time, but above you in your second body, it's nothing but energy and light.
So now, how do you work with that energy and light? Is it a mental or is it physical?
Well, it's first of all, you pretend. And what I mean by that, you intend to do something. It hasn't happened yet, so you're pretending before you intend it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You visualize it, so you see it in your mind's eye. So let's say I'm working with you and I want to clear your lungs. The lungs have to do with an emotion of sadness and grief. I want to pull the sadness and grief out of your body, and I want to change that. I want to do an alchemical formula, take out the sadness and grief like gray, nasty smoke. I want to fill the lungs with white light, and I want to imagine balance and equanimity, valor, courageousness. I want to change that. So in Chinese medicine, there's no psychiatric department. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if they're having anxiety and rush and hastiness, it's a problem with the heart. They want to change that. They want to work on the heart so the heart has love, respect, honor, and joy. If it's worry, it has to do with the spleen and the stomach. So if they're worried all the time, and people, like I tell them, imagine this, and they say, I can't visualize. I said, you ever worry? They said, yeah, I worry all the time. I said, well, that's negative visualization. You're going, oh, and this may happen to me, that may happen to me. Whatever you think about the most, that's what you get. You know that.
Yes, definitely. Some call it law of manifestation, law of attraction or whatnot, and it does work. It works. I want to bring something up because how I met you is really interesting. Is I met you through a close friend of both of ours, and they told me I needed to, communicate with you because I was going through a time in my life where, I had nothing, nowhere to live. I was kind of like bouncing from house to house. This is back in 2004 when, I was being an inspiring recording artist, and when I met you, I had a lot of anger and a lot of violence and a lot of frustration inside of me, and you know the difference now. In fact, when we just saw each other recently, it was kind of a shocker, I guess, and so you know the difference. And when you worked on me just for a little bit right there, just right there, you shifted my energy, I guess, is what you were doing. Were you doing medical Qigong then? As well, when I met you and you were doing that on me?
Well, it's real interesting. When I met you, it was through some friends who were singers and actresses and actors, and I met you, and you were doing your rap thing.
Yes.
and it was interesting because I'm from Detroit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I could see through the facade, and I saw this light beam. That's what I saw, and I went, oh, he's cool.
Yeah, I didn't wake up yet. That was still in my sleep mode.
But you could see it. You could see it. You know what I mean? You could see the energy. You could feel it. I don't see auras and I don't see halos and stuff. But because I work with so many people, I feel the energy.
Right.
So when I started to work on you, it was almost like sometimes a person has a veil of slime on them. Like, remember the Ghostbusters?
Oh, yes.
And they slimed them with that thing. Sometimes a person will just have this energetic slime on you. You don't see it, but sometimes you go, ooh, what is that about that person? They got a strange vibe.
Right.
They like slimed. They get some nasty stuff on them. And doing medical Qigong, you can actually grab a hold of that and bam, and just flush it right out. Now, I do a lot of protections and things to keep myself charged up energetically so I can reach in and grab that and just throw it out. It's like grinding it up in a vortex and sending it out, Somebody can use it. Somebody, like you say, well, that's negative energy. That's fertilizer to somebody. Some tree would like that. Fertilizer's good, too. It's part of growing.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's just a transformation. taking the negative and transforming it. Use it. Energy is power. So energy, no matter negative, positive, it's just energy. If it rains out and you come here and you want to go to the beach, you say it's a bad day. If I got a garden, I'm saying it's a great day. It's the same rain. So it's really no good or bad. It's just energetic. So when I work with a person, have people go to my YouTube station. It's Dr. DRWUDHI, David Harold India, / let me see. No, it's YouTube / Dr. Woody, and there's tons and tons of stuff. I think I put 450 videos on.
Yeah, I love your videos.
I have a lot of fun doing it, and I have a lot of fun doing the blog and doing these things for people. It's a blessing. I'm a blessed being that I'm able to do that.
Well, what I like about you is that your energy is pure, more pure than I've met, and a lot of people. I was just telling my wife earlier that I don't know if this is maybe just me or my focus or whatever, but a lot of people I can read, I can understand, and I can understand you, but it's hard to read you because your energy I feel is more power, maybe more in balance, I would say, not so much powerful, but in balance than mine. And I meditate on a daily, but I feel that, now I'm looking at stuff that you're doing. I've been following you. I'm like integrating some of, your practices into what I do every day. And man, they've been really helping. And I do want to point out that back in 2004, you also helped me with my anxiety. I had lots of anxiety attacks. And ever since you helped me, I was good for like 3 months, and then I kind of fell off, and then I started practicing some of the stuff that you were posting on YouTube, and since then my energy has been in balance and my anxiety has been gone, and that's what I like about you, is because you're able to help us, whether you say one word or you show us demonstration or something that we can do, but for the most part, you're so in tuned. And you were telling me about how you get up every morning and you have this, I don't want to call it a routine, it's practices, if you will. And could you tell us a little bit about when you get up and how you start your days? Because I think that it really helps some people that are listening.
Well, we have all these circuits running through our body. We have all these things running through our mind. And if you get up in the morning and say, oh, man, I don't have any money, I don't have any time, I don't have any lovers, when you do that, you bring that energy in. Or you can get up and you could say, whoa, this is going to be a fun day. This is an exercise I have a lot of my patients do. I have them, if they're a girl or a guy, get a tube of lipstick and write on your mirror in the bathroom, I feel so good, I feel so good, I must be going to a party.
Yes.
So when you get up in the morning and you read that on your mirror, it makes you laugh.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, it's like, oh, my goodness, that is so silly. But all of a sudden you got a smile on your face. So energetically, you've started the positive energy flowing through your veins, through your arteries, through your blood, through your meridians, your chakras. You're going, that's so funny. So if you're having fun, like I do this stuff, I write because I have fun. I work out because I have fun doing it. I see patients, it's fun to me. It's fun. People's lives are transforming. Yeah, it's incredible to me. I had a girl come in, she's got cancer, and she's going through these changes, and her doctor said, you got a month to live. I said, I don't believe him. I said, if he knew that, why don't you have him pick the lotto ticket for me? He doesn't know that. I said, that's absolutely ridiculous. Come on, we're going to work together and do some. Well, anyway, it's been 8 weeks now. She's still hanging in there. I'm going to see her tomorrow. She is beautiful.
I like
Inside that the energy that she puts off, it's just love. So she's giving me love. I'm just pouring love and energy into her. I'm pouring it into her. And she's absorbing it like a sponge. I'm pouring more energy. She keeps absorbing. I said, this is so incredible. As much as I grab I grab Niagara Falls of white energy and shoot it into her body, and she just goes, and I'm going, whoa, is that incredible? So I keep doing it. She keeps sucking it up. I'm going, wow, she walks out. I said, I'm totally in love with you. You are the most beautiful person I have ever met. She's able to just take this energy, and she says, you're my favorite doctor to see. I love seeing you. I love coming into your office, and I love seeing her. And when I'm working with people, when I met you and your dad, I came to see you and your dad, it was like, oh, man, I'm lost. We drove this way and we drove that way. You said, you see the 7-Eleven? I said, I don't see a 7-Eleven.
I was so bad with directions.
Well, we finally saw each other, and it was like, wow.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, wow. So good. You went from a rap star to a guy with plaid pants on. I went, wow.
Yep.
Hair. And your dad, years and years and years ago, I was a blacksmith. I studied blacksmithing. I worked at Greenfield Village, and your dad's a blacksmith. How cool is that? He's an alchemist. He's taking metal and changing it into beautiful things. In times in past, that was considered black magic. Black magic because he was working with iron, and white magic was working with silver. And people say, ooh, black magic, I don't want any of that.
Right.
It's working with steel and working with fire and light and energy, and that's what he does. He's an alchemist. And I went, wow, what a pleasure. So coming in contact with you, you thought you were getting energy from me. I'm getting buzzed.
Yeah.
Great. So when you're having fun like that and you're enjoying life and you're enjoying people, your life keeps getting better every day. So when I wake up in the morning, I start a process. I don't get up and have a cup of coffee and then I have, an egg omelet and bacon and grease and sugar and sweet roll or a donut. I get up, I walk out of my house, I get outside. I live in summer. I live in Florida. It's summer all the time, 98% of the time. I'm out and I do exercises. I walk down to the beach. I do my Qigong exercises. First of all, I say hello to the ocean. I say hello to the sand. I say hello to the trees. So I get in touch with the elements. They're all around us. They all have energy. So I sort of respect that. It's like bowing or going into a church. You bow to the energy. I mean, the statue doesn't really mean anything unless you give it significance. And there's a statue or an icon, and you say, wow, reminds me of God, or reminds you of something, right? And you feel good. So when you go to the ocean, that's my God, right? That's my energy. It's the source of energy. I see clouds and ocean and birds. And the other day, I don't know if you read my blog, but I said I saw a mermaid.
Yes, I love that.
Well, that mermaid was a manatee. A manatee is a sea cow. She's like a great big thing with a great big flipper. They weigh like 500, 1,000 pounds. She stuck her nose up with her. It was so cute. I went, whoa! There's only 2,500 of them in the United States, and one came over to say hello to me. Now, how cool is that? Yeah, that's like a blessing. And the reason they say mermaids is the old sailors, they used to think they were mermaids. So I went, wow, I saw my first mermaid. She wasn't that pretty, but energetically she was. She was a little hefty, that girl, but energetically it was beautiful. I was buzzed for the day. I mean, just like.
Now, do you ever have a day where your energy is low, and when it's like that, you know that it's because you're focusing that way, right?
Well, a lot of times if you allow the mind to go into negative things, if you start thinking of, I don't have this and I don't have that, And, and I was real sad that I didn't win that lotto for $325 million. That sort of bummed me out a little bit, but I got over it.
Yes.
Yeah, days, some days you just don't feel good. It's just like, whoa. And you start focusing on your negative, or what you don't have. And when that happens, what I do is I stop everything, and then sometimes I'll even sit down and write it. And I'll write a thankful list. Like I got a great house. Oh, I live near the ocean. I live in Florida. Oh, I don't have to wear boots. No slush.
No
if any
slush.
of you live in the north, and remember walking off the curb and it looks like it's very shallow, and the water and that cold, slushy black stuff goes into your shoe and gets your sock wet. I don't have that anymore. That's gone. So, any of you are from the north, we know, boy, that is a cold foot and a wet sock, and that would.
Yeah, I know. My dad's probably saying that right now. He needs to grab his keys and head back south if he's listening.
Well, tell him to come and hang out with me for a little bit. We'll have fun. So, like today, someone gave me all this artwork. I mean, they gave it to me. What a blessing! So now I've got all this artwork to look at in my house, and I look around. I try to eat organic food as much as possible. I'm thankful that I can get an organic salad.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the real trick. I grow gardens, so I know my stuff's organic.
Right, definitely.
Yeah, and it's fun for me. I'm thankful. And, you see birds and you see fish. You just see things. They come into your life, and you're just thankful for what's around you. I mean, sometimes it's not the coolest stuff, but sometimes you'll see something real bad, but it's not happening to you. You're still getting to see it. You're still involved, but you didn't happen to get your thumb hit by the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go, ooh, that hurt, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't even your thumb.
That's true. Do you feel that we all have the ability to channel our energies? We already know how. We just aren't practicing enough for those that are down a lot and frustrated and stressed.
Well, it depends what you focus on. If you get up and say it's a bad day, sure enough, baby, it's a bad day. If you get up and you say it's a great day, it's a great day. You know what I mean? You're in charge. Like you have the steering wheel, and you don't have to do it. You don't have to even put your hands on the steering wheel. You can close your eyes and let it steer you around and pull you from side to side, or you can grab that wheel and you can start to drive. The more responsibility that you take for your life, better it's going to be. You make things happen. I make things happen every day. It's not easy. I'm in work.
Oh, right.
When they say spiritual work, they don't say spiritual play. They say spiritual work because you're working spiritually to make some changes in your life, in your family, in your friends, on your block, with your neighbors, with your community, with the state, and you just keep opening up. And it's beautiful if you say it is, but let me tell you, baby, if you say, boy, I got the raw deal. Dr. Wu's living near the ocean, and I'm in the ghetto. In fact, I'm not even in the toe. I'm in the foot. I'm in the get foot. I'm so in the ghetto, I'm in the foot. I hate the foot. Well, you got to get out of the foot, get to the toe, and then from the toe you start moving up. And as you move up, you transform your life. I know you did it.
Yes, I did. And it was thanks to people like you that saw the good in me and saw, because I was looking at people back then, and I'm like, what are they looking at me? Why are they treating me so nice? Why are they, I'm not dressed to be treated nicely. Like I had that whole persona, and it was like, most people would, go the other way. And everybody else that kind of guided me, these mentors, if you will, guided me. And then I realized I really like this. And it wasn't like, let's change our outfits And, there we are. It was a whole rewiring in my energy, in my mind, in my psychology, in my chi, if you will. And you taught me so much just from that first moment that we were communicating that I was like just blown away. And we kept in contact throughout the years, and it's been 5 years since I made it down there, and I recently got to see you, and that was a lot of fun. And, I always have a good time with you. I always laugh. I always, obviously I've never laughed this much on my show before, because your energy is so playful, Do you feel laughter plays a big role in vibrant health and energy?
Well, it's playfulness gets you out of the misery, man.
Yeah.
Playfulness pulls you out of the ghetto. Playfulness makes you have fun. If you're having fun, you're having fun. It doesn't cost me anything to walk on the beach. When I was in Detroit, I was downtown. I was walking around the factories. I came over in Hamtramck, which is, in the middle of the city in a real heavy area. And I went over to look at this church. It was so beautiful. And I met this little lady, and she was talking to me, and she was saying, money is no problem. I get money from the government. Health is a problem. So when you look at the 3 rules about life, first of all, it's your health. If you're healthy, you could always get a job. You can always work. You can always do things. You can always fall in love. Then it's wealth, and then it's relationships, health, wealth, and prosperity. That's what it's about. So you work on your health. Stay away from Wendy's and McDonald's and Burger King. Cook at home, baby.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're putting in your food.
And it's so much fun to cook. When you really get involved in your meals. That makes it that much more enjoyable, to eat and to spend time doing that.
It's fun, huh? It's fun because you're eating it and you sit down and you say a prayer, and on how blessed you are just to have that and just to share it with a friend or even by yourself. Just to have that, and you open up your heart and you open up your being and you open up energetically and you're grateful for what you have. And being grateful transforms your life. It pulls you out of the slums. It pulls you out of your slum mind. It pulls you out of the ghetto mind. It pulls you and puts you in a place where you start to open up. The sun's shining for everybody.
That's for sure.
Didn't you notice? It shines here, it shines there. There's sunshine. Hello.
Yeah, and I always say that, like, ever since I started really training and training like an athlete and working out and giving my body what it deserves, I'd go out there and if it's raining, it doesn't bother me. I'll keep going and I always look up and I think, even though there's clouds there, it's sunny before, above that, because, whenever I fly, it's always sunny up there, and so I kind of visualize that it's coming through with the rain, and I don't let that stop me. I'm going to get wet sweating anyways. I might as well give my body a workout. There's so many people that kind of hold back, and so, yeah, it's really important to, just visualize and see yourself doing your best, I got a little bit. I guess it's a kind of a loaded question. This could go, in your opinion. I'm not sure. Would you say, is the world in or out of balance in your opinion? Like as a whole?
Well, it's an interesting question. Is it in or out of balance? It's yin and yang. The sun shines in the day, and it gets dark at night. Well, that continues. So there's darkness and there's light, and there's no light unless there's dark, and there's no dark unless there's light. So it's totally in balance, and if you want to make the change to make is change you. Don't change the world. As you change you, the world will change. Your world will change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they're bombing people here, and this one hates that one, and this one doesn't like that one, and then the other time people are having babies and falling in love, and people are doing organic gardening and getting green, and things are changing again, and people are starting to get jobs again in the United States, and before they weren't getting any jobs, and people were starving, and now people are eating, and then other people are. I mean, it's just part of it, you know. You just need to learn how to dance.
Yeah, I feel that everything is doing the way it is. It's supposed to be. And I like that. You just got to be with the dance. You got to know how to dance. I like that. That's so true. You got to kind of move and left and right, you know.
Yeah, if you're standing on a hot fire and it's burning, you better dance away from it. You better
That's
dance
for sure.
over to the water. You better dance over to the water for a while and let it go and cool you off. But it's a constant dance, you know. There's in the Hindu philosophy, there's 3 gods or depictions of gods: Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. And Shiva is like the god of war, the god of destruction. And Shiva has these flames all around her. And she's standing on this little guy, and this little guy has a poison axe. And she has a snake around her belly, and she's constantly dancing. So she dances from one foot to the next, and she's always holding that guy down so he doesn't stab her. She's moving so the fire doesn't get her, and she's moving so the snake doesn't bite her. But she doesn't stop dancing. She knows, stop dancing, you're going to get hit, bit, or hurt.
Yep.
So it's all about a dance. So what do I do in the morning? Yeah, I get out there and I exercise. I make sure that I eat good food. I make sure that I drink water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I already know if you don't, something's going to bite you, burn you,
sure.
fry you.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you're dancing and you're having fun, you know, it's like, well, you know, so it's a little hot. It's not so bad. It's only, you know what I mean? You get bit by a mosquito instead of a shark. I don't mind those mosquito bites, although they bug me.
They bug you up. Now, it's really all about having a happy, long life, right? And I say that because you said that in one of your videos. You know, have a happy, long life. You know, I mean, for the listeners, I mean, if you guys have seen, you know, Dr. Woody, he looks incredible. He's got, I would say, honestly, he got more energy than I do, and I'm a lot younger. And I'm thinking, I need to have your energy, you know? And you look great, man. And so your secrets is really in what you do. You know, it's all of this.
The secret of longevity is you practice and you work at it and you make conscious decisions. No, I don't want to eat it. I don't want to eat that. I'm not going to eat any. I'm not buying a bag of potato chips, a candy bar, and a Twinkie. I'm not buying it. I'm not touching it. I'm not eating it. It's filled with things that we don't want. I mean, you don't want that. The food industry is not.
Nope. I think we
take some responsibility, make some changes. Let's say everybody put your fingers together, touch all your fingers. A thumb touches a thumb, index finger. So you got all your fingers together. Now push, right? Nothing moves. Now just move one finger. Take like the middle finger and undo them. See how everything else shifts?
Yeah.
All you have to do is make one change in your life, and it causes a shift, and then things start to fall in place. You just make one. So you find one, exercise or diet or meditation or doing something kind for somebody else or doing something kind for yourself or giving more of yourself. You know, if you got a sweater or a shirt or a pair of pants that you don't wear because you got too skinny or get too fat, give it to somebody. Say, hey, man, here's a gift. You know, just do something, and it'll make a shift in your life, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, I'm starting to move forward.
Yeah,
you move off your own BS, your belief structure. It's belief structure, how you believe life is. And once you change your BS, you start to change. But if you keep the same BS, you're going to be stuck with it.
That's so true. I like that. I love that whole concept. Now, I want to plug your websites here before we wrap up and everything. Let me just bring this up. You have, first of all, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter. Just give us your Twitter one right now, because I don't actually have that one in front of me.
Me neither.
Okay, let me see if I can pull that up. Okay, actually, I got it now. Okay, twitter.com/Dr. Woody. That's I'm sorry, DRWUDHI. Got that right. And I also have rechargingqigong.com. And Dr.
Tell them that one, because that, if you go to the Recharging Qigong site, Recharging, RECHARGING, Qi, it's QI, Gong, GONG.com, rechargingqigong.com. Sign up for that, and I'll send you a whole bunch of stuff through the internet. I'll send you free exercises. I'll send you stuff to make your life better. I promise I will. You know.
Yeah, he's got some great stuff. I love it.
Yeah, and I love people, and I love to help people out. And you know, if you have questions, write me. I mean, I'll answer some of them. I mean, I get hundreds of them a day, but you know, I try to do as many as I can, and you know, make a difference on the planet. Every time I make someone better, I make me better.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the I just want to put this out there to any of you guys listening to the show. You can go to the radio blog, and you can see more of the contacts and Dr. Wu's website links on there as well. And that is www.synergywithzebulon.tumblr.com. That's SYNERGYWITHZEBULON.tumblr.com. And we have a whole bunch of stuff on Dr. Wu here. And Woody, I just have so much fun, like just picking your brain, you know, and we have a lot of other incredible stuff coming up. I'm going to try to put together some stuff so we can do a webinar. So you guys keep your eyes open on that. We'll post more of that on our Facebooks. And you have a lot of great, incredible products. And one I want to touch base on real quick before we wrap up. The Turn Stress into Power, you have a book, and that looks really good. I haven't read it yet. Could you kind of go over that a little bit?
Well, it's a book and a DVD, and what it does, it gives you some specific exercises to transform stress into power. Like I said, energy, negative energy or positive energy is just energy, but once you know the formula on how to transform it, you can use energy. It's like spiritual cannibalism. You're cannibalizing that energy, and you're using that energy for your growth. Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, psychological. You're making a transformation. You're making your life better. And that's filled with exercises, meditations, different hand positions are called mudras, things that you can do to free yourself up and get out of the bad or what feels bad to you and make it good. And that's, first of all, I did the book, and then I said, boy, I better do a DVD to show everybody. So it comes with a book and a DVD. It's on my website, and take a look at it, man. Or, you know, if you could afford it, buy it. If you can't, there's so much stuff I give for free. I mean, just jump in and bathe yourself in this energy, man. I found a pool of positive energy that makes your life better.
Yeah, I love your videos, man.
Yeah, jump in, man. You can tell.
You got enough on there to keep us busy for a while and get us back on our feet for sure. Because I feel a lot of us really need to calm down, de-stress, and maybe I can't even say calm down. Really, just align your energy. You know, there's so many people looking down, and I always say life is much better looking up. You know, you see more.
For sure it is. For sure it is. Well, anyway, it's really a blessing for me to be friends with you and to come on your show and to be able to talk to people and share this type of information. This stuff, you know, it's hidden. People don't usually share this. They hide it. I'm not even sure why, but, you know, maybe they're afraid. And this is the type of stuff that if we get this out, you know, we're going to make the whole place better.
That's for sure. Likewise, my friend. I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to connect with you when I did. You came into my life at a time and place when I really needed the guidance, and ever since then, I've always been connected to you in some way, and I feel that we're so connected on a conscious, on different levels, you know. So like, you know, I just feel the energy, and I think about, you know, all the people who guide me, when I'm challenged. You know, people say, you know, you're this, you know, personal development coach, this life coach. You know, you must have, you know, great days all the time. And I'm like, well, not really. You know, I mean, if you look at I think they said doctors are the second highest drug abusers and suicide rates, and counselors are the number one from what I heard. And I'm thinking, well, I must be up in the counselor rate, but you know, I'm like, it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, I have my down days, but you're right. It's all about shifting your energy and thought. And for me, it's you know, I do lots of meditation. If I don't do that, then I feel a little foggy, you know, and I need to get clear, you know. So I'm following your work. And I'm applying it. That's the biggest thing. Make sure I apply it. You know, so for all you listeners out there, when you see his videos, get ready to move. Don't just sit there in your chair and watch. Get up and move around. It's going to take you a lot further. Is there anything you want to say real quick before we wrap up to the world, the listeners?
Well, I just thank everybody for listening and tuning in. And, you know, I always wish people at the end of every letter I write, I wish them health, wealth, and happiness. And to all of you, I extend that and extend my heart. Please go to the website, look around, go to the YouTube station. We'll share a lot of stuff together, and we'll make everyone's life better.
Yes, definitely. Well, thank you again for being on the show, and I look forward to doing more incredible stuff with you in the weeks, months, and years to come, my friend.
Me too. Okay. Well, anyway, blessings, and may we all be in a beautiful circle of light that heals us all.
Thank you. Take care, my friend.
All right. Good night.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for another great night of Synergy. You know, I've been doing a lot of new things, and I really want to bring some empowering individuals on, and I'm working on some new guest lineup, and that'll be coming up here in a couple days. It'll be available on the blog site, synergywithzebulon.tumblr.com. Kind of ramble that off. Thanking my guest tonight, Woody. I'm going to have a lot of energy tonight, and so more energy that I'm going to be staying up probably, and my wife's going to be like, go to bed. But it's good energy. I needed that. So we're going to have this recording available here really soon. And I also want to thank everybody at Freedomizer Radio for giving me this opportunity to have a show, and you just connect with some incredible hosts. All you guys got some great shows on here for the listeners. Check them all out. Check all the different hosts out at freedomizerradio.com. And I'm actually want to give an update. I'm putting some big changes to my main website, ZebulonThomas.com, which is underway as we speak. And we're going to be rolling out the new layout and a new set of tools here in probably, I want to say, by the end of the week. But it's looking like we might push it to the middle of the week just to make sure we get all the, you know, the bugs worked out. We don't want anything to not work. So we want it all to work properly, I should say. So be sure to check that out. Keep your eyes posted. If you want to see a sneak peek of some of the new layout, we do have some of that design work on my my personal blog. And to ramble another website off, it's just ZebulonThomas.tumblr.com, and that's my personal site for my blogging, and you'll see some of the layout. So if you're someone who's really into different websites and kind of like the look and feel of things, I know I'm a kind of a tech geek, but check this out. Well, I went simple this time because the current website I have now is really great. We've kind of went over the top and corporate, and it served its purpose, and now we're trying to kind of tone it a little bit and separate so we have everything categorized nicely, I guess, if you will. Working for that Webby on online, you know, that good award for having a great website someday. But it's about being simple, and I want to say to all the listeners that, if you guys really want to find balance in your life, I just really recommend taking some time each day and just reflecting. And what I like to do is at the end of the night, I play my day backwards. Deepak Chopra actually taught me that at one of his events. I thought, what can I do to kind of unload all this energy? And he was teaching me how to really just play my day backwards in my mind, and that seems to really work. And one of the other things I do is in the morning I decide how I want to respond. I pre-program myself, and I talk about this in my book. It's about pre-programming yourself for your day. And if you do that, then you're kind of like loaded and ready for whatever. So obviously you don't want to pre-program yourself for that person that's going to cut you off on the road and be ready to react instantly. But maybe you can channel that in a way, like Woody was saying, channel your energy. And when it happens, you simply just ask yourself, boy, I hope that person gets to wherever they need to go, and I hope they get there safe. Or you can think of, wow, I'm pretty slick. I managed to get out of the way, and it's all on how you see things. So practice throughout your day, turning your life around, turning different things. And if you're someone who says, I'm at the top of the top, I'm looking at everything and it's great up here and everything's just peachy cream, then continue to say, you know what, I can add to this by simply making things simpler. I can improve my life even if I'm at the top. There's always another level. There's always another area to move, and it's about simply just being aware of the present moment, I feel. And I hope to encourage you guys, and I hope that me being on the show and having my show put together here for Synergy has brought you guys some incredible insight and some incredible views and opportunities, maybe open some doors for you. Maybe a lot of you guys right now know someone who's stressed out. In fact, you probably know someone that's actually yourself, if that makes any sense. And maybe you're going to take the moment and figure out how you're going to approach tomorrow and how you're going to balance your energy. Or maybe you're going to give Woody a call, and you're going to get involved with him and check him out. So be sure to check him out. Like I said, all his stuff's on our website. I had a great time having him on my show here, and more incredible stuff to come. So thank you guys for all tuning in tonight. Have a great one, and remember, think the way you want to live, and then live the way you think. Take care, my friends.
Are you living the life that you deserve? Are you enjoying every moment of it? Who have you become over the years? What have you accomplished in your life? Where do you want to go from here? And who do you want to become? Hi, I'm Zebulon Thomas, and I've had the privilege of helping people from all over the world redefine their lives and connect with their true nature. And in my new book, 7 Days of Redefining Your Life, I share with you over a decade of wisdom and methods to creating a well-balanced life and truly becoming a new you. So redefine your life today with my new book, 7 Days of Redefining Your Life. Available on Amazon.com and ZebulonThomas.com. ZebulonThomas.com.